Okay, good morning guys, we're back at it again. This video is about a brake job and an oil change on a Nissan Tiida. Fairly simple job, nothing too crazy. This is just basic mechanics. This is basic maintenance that most people should know. If you're a man, you're driving cars, right? You should know how to maintain that motherfucker. All right, so it's very simple. We're starting off with taking off. Well, it has hubcaps, so we gotta take off the hubcaps. We're gonna jack it up. From jacking it up, we're gonna loosen. But before we fully jack it up, loosen the bolts a bit on one side each, and then from there we're gonna get into the whole process of changing the brakes, and then get to the oil change after, or probably in between, get to the oil change and changing the brakes. So just gotta find something to collect the oil. Don't got an oil pan as yet, but we'll get one just now. So first things first, you cannot get to the lug nuts if you got a hubcap on. So of course you gotta take the hubcap off, put your jack in place, have your tools and everything ready, because you're gonna have to push back the cylinder of the caliper to make sure that you can get the brakes off easy. Like I said, shouldn't be a hard job. We'll check it out. Okay, so like I said, have to take the wheel off. Can't do the brakes without the wheel off, right? So this is what the disc looks like, the hub, everything, axle, all of that stuff, just in case in the future you gotta do any of this work. To change the shocks is just, you gotta take off these, take off that piece right there, go up top, blah, blah, blah. Of course, unclip this, and just hang it down. Don't let it hang too far because it got cables on it that could pop, could burst. So yeah, you put like a little block or something there just to catch this, because it got a little bit of weight on it. Once you can disconnect that, and you can go ahead and do the rest. But today, we're doing this. So what we're gonna be using for this is, always gonna have your kit on standby. And the clips came off. Nothing crazy. Alright. So if my memory serves me right, usually these bolts are 14s. As you can see, just like I said, it's a 14. So that's what we're using to break it apart. Use a short one. You don't need the big one. So we just be using socket and that piece right there. Should be, sometimes it's weird with these things, it might be this way or that way, but I'll get that off, and once I get it off, it's one bolt here and another bolt down here. Obviously they'll be the same. So you remove the two of those, and once you do the two of those, you're basically going to be doing the same thing on the other side. So stay tuned, shouldn't be hard. And then after that, we'll go underneath to do the oil change. Okay, so the two bolts are out for the caliper. When you take out these things, it's usually good. Usually when you buy the brake kits come with a little, I can't know what brand it is, it might come with a little grease or some glue basically. So it's always good to re-lubricate the bolts. It's always good to at least re-lubricate the edges of where you're going to be taking the brake pads from. So in this case, I'm going to take this whole thing off now. I should be able to slide it up top here, and then boom, you work on your taking out your brake pads. Very easy. It's a pin to keep both of them in. That comes with the car, so you don't throw that away unless you see that they gave you a new one. So if they didn't give you a new one, don't think you know it all just yet. Now, this is a rental. I rented it, but I had it for a while, so I understand how the rental companies, I mean, it's a family rental company, so I was glad to help them out. but I'm also a car man, so I kind of knew the front brakes was about to, you know, be dead under my foot. So that's one out. The second one out is always good too as well, because you see how it came out. It's always good to match them up so that way you don't you know, fuck up your shit. So it's this way and that way. So one is on this side this way, and the other one is on the other side this way. So you just match them up, and then you go from there. So I'm guessing, let's see, put that cap back there. So you see that both of these do not have, well, it doesn't have this. So that's how you know this set would be that one, because it has that, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have it on the other side. So that's how you can differentiate your pads, which way they go as well, by watching the old ones. So now I know once I go on the other side, I'm just dealing with those two. So this is the one, because it has the little marker to let you know when it gets too low, it starts scraping and making that noise. It's not because your pads is already dead. It's because that marker, as you can see right here, is getting close to, oh shit. Phone lost some battery life there for a second. So I was basically stating that the way how you know that your brakes is coming to an end is because of this little piece. When it gets too low, this is the piece that actually scrapes and makes the violin stupid noise. That's the bad boy right there. So like I said, you can signify where it goes once you see it. And as you can see, there's a fresh block, and you can see where it is compared to where the pad is. So brand new. All right, let's get to it. Another quick note. So to get the caliper pushed back, you can use what they call a channel lock. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those ugly wrenches that you probably really don't know what they're for. I mean, they really use them for like plumbing situations and shit like that. But it can work in other situations as well. Or if you have something that can push the caliper back. Some cars are iffy, they got electronical calipers, so it's like you have to trick the system to push it back. Sometimes you got to use a battery power, like I have to use a positive and a negative, to hook up to the connector pieces of the electronic calipers to basically push them back when you're doing these type of jobs. Some cars like Toyota and shit like that have that, but for these ones, they're simple. You can just force them back by using one of these. So that was just a quick note. Got the blocks back on already. About to put the calipers on, and we good to go. We should be good to go. Gotta work on getting a little stationary camera so that way I could freely show you guys what's going on. Hands-free type stuff, you know? Now, I'm looking for something that I saw on this, but I don't see it. I guess they're different brakes, so they don't have that piece. But, why are you not going in there? Just went in a minute ago. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So, about to put the caliper back on, put the screws, actually pin type screws back in, and we should be good to go. So, got it back together. Screwing the bolts in just a little bit, so that way we don't gotta waste too much time with the socket. That one didn't allow me to screw this one until I screwed that one in for some weird reason, but that's okay. They do not need to be like that tight. You know what I'm saying? You could just put a little bit of arm strength on them, and that'll be okay. You don't need to have them like super tight. It's a funny area of the car that you have to be in, so they do not need to be that tight. So now this one is done. I'm gonna put back on the wheel, jack it down, do the other side. It's basically the same thing. So yeah, so basically I put the other one on already. It's the same thing as the other side. You got 2 bolts, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, however your 1 and 2 is. You use the channel lock, extend it, and compress the cylinder. It's okay, you can just put it on the edge in here and just make sure that it's clipped good. And then you should be able to force the cylinder back in, therefore making it easy for you to put these, put it back over the brakes, tighten it up, and the brake job is done. After the brake job, we're going on to the oil change. That is the oil pan over there with the nut facing back that away. So I'm about to get to that just now. Okay. So I don't have a drain pan, so I put 2 garbage bags and a flower pot. And that's gonna be my oil drain pan for the moment. Got the bolt out. Only due to the cameras, due to me not having good position at the moment, or me having an extra person, I have to do it a little bit ghetto. But basically the oil pan is always underneath the car according to where it is. If it's a front wheel drive, wherever the pulleys for the car and the belts are, it's usually on closer to that side. So if it's a rear wheel drive, it would be more positioned in the middle a little bit. If it's a front wheel drive where the engine is facing, this way, because it's a front wheel drive instead of rear wheel, it will most likely be on this side of the car. So just got to watch out for that. Always take a look and make sure that the washer is in good condition. Sometimes you can flip it, or that will let you know if you need to buy a new one of these in the future. Things do wear out, so stay tuned. Like I said, this is just a little servicing, brake job, oil change, nothing too big, nothing about performance, but just to help people who might not be able to understand what it is and what you got to do. So basically change your oil. When you open this up, you let a little bit more air into the system, helps the oil drain out faster. So I give it about maybe 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to put that whole bottle in. It's a 4-cylinder, so about maybe 4.5. You can even put the 5 quarts in, because I'm pretty sure it's going to burn it off eventually. But usually if it's a 4-cylinder, about 4.5. If you feel like it, if you know your area is a little bit too hot, then you can put the whole 5 quarts in, because eventually she'll burn it off. Or you just put 4.5. V6, 6.5. V8, 8.5. You know what I mean? So yeah, stay tuned. This is the end of the chapter. So just remember, this is your boy, Island Boy Rico, or Island Mechanics, whichever one. Either which way, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm still working on the name of what the auto channel might be. So in the meantime, be safe, do what you gotta do. Never say never, and always make sure that you believe in yourself first, man. If you don't believe me, ask God.